There is one addiction that is growing not only in numbers but seriousness, and it's called painkiller dependency. Welcome back to Get Connected. I'm your host, Conn Jackson. Two gentlemen are here to help us. One that suffered through the dependency and is now clean, and the other is a world-renowned doctor that helps us get through addictions. His name is Dr. Tirado, and we're talking, of course, about the patient today is a world-renowned NFL quarterback who is recently retired. His name is Ray Lucas. Gentlemen, welcome to Get Connected.
Hey, Conn, how are you?
Hi, Conn.
Hey, well, it's great having you both with us, but first and foremost, Doctor, the most difficult question of all the NFL teams that Ray Lucas played for, do you know which one was his favorite?
It would have to be that football right behind me, I guess. What is it, the Jets? Yeah, there it is.
Well, I'm a Dolphin fan for who he played for. So, Ray, come on, tell me, the Dolphins are your favorite.
I'm not going to say anything then. We'll just sit here in silence.
I'll just pretend that it's the Dolphins. But, Ray, more seriously, what was it like for you? What do you miss most about chucking the football around the gridiron?
The competition, man, the camaraderie. I do miss the locker room stuff. I really do. I mean, Sundays were great, but I played Sundays Monday through Saturday. You know, the preparation, the game was just muscle memory. I do miss, my friends. I do miss, when you bleed together with somebody, there's a bond there that's just unbreakable.
Why is it so important for you to talk about dependency on painkillers?
Well, I played 8 years in the NFL, and you watch what the vets do when you're young, and you play. It's a violent sport. You take painkillers to stay on the field, and I don't think I left the NFL with an addiction. I left with a very high tolerance. When I retired in 2003, I had some serious back problems, had the surgery, went home from recovering, and I felt so good I stopped taking the pills. I found myself on the floor with 4 sweatshirts on, shivering. You fast forward to 3 years ago, I had some serious neck problems. I began taking the pills again, and it went from 100 to 400 to about 800 pills at the worst. A month I was taking narcotics for the pain. I knew I was in trouble. After I had the surgery, I went into rehab for 42 days. I came out, and ever since then, I've been telling my story. When you receive the gift of recovery, you definitely need to give it back.
Ray, what did you learn about yourself when you went through that program?
That I am a lot stronger than I thought. I'm definitely stronger than the guy who was playing in the NFL for 8 years. I found out that this disease is not about the NFL. It's not about, the actors. It's not about Hollywood. It's about everyday people who go to the doctor for legitimate reasons because they're in pain and they get prescribed these things, but not maybe so educated. I am a survivor. I am sober today. And there's things out there for me that I didn't know existed. Turntohelp.com. For an addict, to go and get help, it's very hard because we're in denial. We don't want to be judged. A former football player, I don't have depression. I'm not soft. And we can't get out of our own way. When you go to turntohelp.com, you put in your zip code, and you'll find a doctor like Dr. Tirado who's well-versed in opiate addiction, and that could maybe put you on a plan to help save your life.
And Doctor, what's unfortunate is that Ray's story is not unique.
Ray's story is really part of an American epidemic that we have right now with prescription opiate addiction. Ray's not very much different from other people who have developed these problems in the context of legitimate pain. One of the take-homes here for Ray and for me is to really help people understand that there are resources available to where they don't have to hit rock bottom in order to get help for potential addiction. Go to the online resource, go to a provider in your community, and get ahead of this problem rather than waiting for it to completely crush your life to the point where you are at the rock bottom, where you've had major losses. We understand that addiction is a chronic brain disease. It's a progressive brain disease, and if you get help sooner rather than later, your chances of long-term recovery are much higher.
Well, Doctor, that certainly is good news. But also, how do we keep from everyday citizens that get an injury from being afraid of taking painkillers that might be prescribed to them to help them through an injury?
Yeah, well, the most chronic complaint that takes people to the doctor is pain. And we know that these opiate pain medications are very powerful. I think one of the things, and the way I educate people in my practice in Austin, is to help people understand that there are risks associated with them. It's not that you shouldn't take them ever, but you really have to understand your own risk. You know, is there a family history of addiction? Have you yourself suffered from an addiction problem? Those are big red flags for the idea that you may in fact develop a problem with these drugs if you start taking them over an extended period of time. And also, it's probably best not to continue them after you've already gone through the normal process of healing. That's another big factor. People stay on these medications probably longer than they need to.
You know, Ray, before we go, what do you want to say to those that may have a painkiller addiction right now? What in particular would you say to them?
There is help out there. You are strong enough to get help. Okay, it's okay to ask for help. Like I said, I lost my business, I lost my home. I would say to everybody, I lost everything. I was on committing suicide. It was a very real thing for me. But when I got through the first 5 days of detox, everything became more clearer. And I knew that I was a soldier still. I knew I was stronger than I was when I was playing in the NFL. And that I didn't really lose anything. I'm still a father. I'm still a husband. I'm still a brother and a son, an uncle, a best friend. All of these things that I might have taken for granted when I was in my addictions, now I have heaven on earth.
Man, Ray, you're awesome. I wish I could give you a big hug. Dr. Tirado, great to have you with us as well. Thank you for your passion on this subject matter, and thanks again for joining us.
Have a good day, Conn.
What a cool cat Ray is. Great to have the doctor behind so many patients that need help. Painkiller dependency. You can log on to the website that you saw on our segment, or more importantly on our website at conntv.com. We'll be right back here in the Big Apple when we get back. So glad you got to check out that clip, but listen, we've got plenty more going on here at Get Connected, our TV show. My friend and I are going to give you a glimpse of all the fun, so take it away.
The sun shines bright as it moves across my face. I feel the light and everything is in its place. Oh, I woke up feeling great. Today was made for me. And life is good the way it should, the way it was meant to be.
Well, join us and we'll get you in the know. Check us out at Get Connected at conntv.com and be part of the movement.